Hey, Radiant Souls, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome for the first time. I'm so excited to see you and spend a few minutes with you this week with the weekly wisdom, the channeled message from my team of guides that wanted to come through for this particular week. So today we're going to be talking about transformation, and there are a lot of us that are going through that overall collectively, but there are a couple of nuances to it this week that my team wanted to talk about. So I'm going to let that channeling come through now for you, and I'll be back after to talk about it a little bit. So I'll see you then. Enjoy. Hello, bright and beautiful beings. We are so pleased to be with you and share this transmission at this point in time in your time-space reality. Based on the full moon energies that came through hours or days ago, depending on when you are watching this, there is an energy and an air of transformation in your space at this time. This transformation in this small window of time is primarily related to your relationship to yourself. Many of you may have experienced dreams or awarenesses that have dropped in over the past few days or will continue to for the upcoming days, in which you are seeing different relationship issues from a new perspective. These may be things that for you have not thought about in years and may not seem as something that you have dwelled upon or something that has impeded your progress or challenged you or held trauma for you. But the energy is ripe in this time for these subtle energies, these soft remembrances to come through for you in new ways. And we would advise that when they do, acknowledge them, be grateful that you are seeing something from a new perspective, but do not dwell there long. Do not allow it to grow and become something that is jarring for you or something that pulls you off of your center. For we feel in this upcoming week, it is incredibly important for you to be fully present and be fully grounded. That is always the case. But much around you in this week will feel chaotic. Much around you in this week may cause you to feel physically and metaphorically dizzied, depleted. So do what you can to guard your heart and guard your energy as you walk through the next few days. We would share with you the image of being a fisherman and sailing out on your boat and casting a net into the water. When you cast your net into the water, you allow it to sit. You allow it to catch what it needs to catch. You do not continuously and constantly monitor it and tweak it and pull it here and pull it there, for that disrupts the flow. And many of you are doing that disruption, that constant checking, that constant tweaking with your goals and your desires and the things you are looking forward to on the horizon in your timelines. This is a week to sit back from that. If it does not feel like an aligned action should be taken, do not give it a tremendous amount of your attention. For in doing so, you are causing an energy of agitation that will not deter you from ultimately reaching what it is you desire, but it will add an accumulation of energy that may not be beneficial to you for that timeline. And this is a master lesson for many of you in working with fifth dimensional energies, that you do not overwork them. You overwork your frequency. You pay attention more to you. You pay more attention to dropping into your center, being present with your own energy and your emotions and understanding how those are your point of attraction. But you do not send the energy of worry or the energy of impatience or the energy of when is it coming? Why is it coming? How is it coming? You do not cast those nets out. So allowing yourself to be present. The energies this week may feel a little agitating for some of you. And we will remind you that in your time-space reality, it is the energy, the year of the snake. And one of the images that comes with that is shedding your skin. And you will have many different versions of shedding your skin, many different opportunities to step into newer ways of being in this year. This particular upcoming week is one of those times, one of those windows of opportunity, but you may witness it in two distinct ways. Many of you will feel it as not the soothing stepping out of your skin that feels like a release, that feels like an up-leveling, but instead you will feel it as an itchiness, a scratchiness, a compression right before you have grown, right before you have shed, right before you have stepped into what is new. Do not let that frustrate you. Come back to your center. Remain grounded and remain grateful. We thank you for sharing this time with us. Be blessed, dearest friends. So the energy of transformation is one that we talk about a lot on this channel. I talk about it a lot. And I was called to revisit something I shared a few months back, but it feels really relevant based on what the team was going to pull through today. And it's looking at false transformation compared to true transformation. And when this message originally came through, my team broke out the word transformation into TRANCE, like you're in a trance, you're just pulled with it, you're kind of mindlessly going, versus transformation, the way it's truly spelled. And in that false transformation that feels like you're just going with it and you can't stop and you're kind of mindless about it, TRANCE, the T stands for it feels threatening, or it's traumatic, or it's based off of your traumas. It's reinforcing your own existing beliefs. It's not asking you to change anything. It's just asking you to dial up what you already know a little bit more loudly. It is addictive. It feels like if I don't do it, something bad's going to happen. And it's got that magnetism that isn't really in a healthy way. It activates your nervous system because you start to get the fight or flight about it. And that's when we start looking at, I'm transforming over here, but those people over there aren't transforming, and that must be a threat to my transformation and all of that. It also feels competitive or conflict driven. And this also can be, why am I not transforming as much as I should be? I deserve more transformation than this. I've done the work. I should be at a certain place on the map. And there's that pull, that unhealthy magnetism to it. And then it is an energy depletion. You get stuck in that loop, that magnet of thought, and it's pulling you out of the present moment. It's sucking your energy. True transformation, when you're walking toward what is for you a higher timeline, that feels like trust. It feels like remembering. So now we're spelling out the TR, and then A is it's aspirational. It wants you to up level. It wants you to expand who you are, not reinforce who you've been. And it's taking you to that new level of self. And so with the team's explanation of the skin, the shedding of the skin for the snake, this would be that it feels like, oh, I'm stepping out of that, which no longer fit me. Where the false transformation might feel like it's too tight, I gotta bust through. You're just all like Hulk from the Marvel movies. And then the S for the true transformation is you can surrender into it. So back to the image of fishing, you can cast that net and trust it's going to be there. I don't need to think about it. I don't need to monitor it. I don't need to look at it every 5 seconds. I know I'm going with the flow, and I'm going to surrender because I have faith. So looking for yourself at the different ways that you are experiencing transformation. And this can happen in a number of different areas of our lives simultaneously. And some of them we may be in the false transformation. Some of them we may be in the true transformation. But really taking a look at that and having that awareness this week. I love what the team said about, and I've heard from many of you, where we're having these almost random drop-ins of memories where it might not be something that we really even thought was very significant. We just get this flash of, oh, I don't know where that came from. I don't know why I'm thinking about it. It was not related to anything that was going on with me right now, but I see it so clearly right now because I'm not attached to it. And I see how maybe that one situation or what that one person did or said or how I did or said something, I see how that created a domino effect for other things. And we're having these kind of pop up into our awareness kind of randomly in weird ways and repetitively, a lot of us. But the guidance is don't get stuck in that. Don't think like, oh my gosh, why is that coming up? What did I do? Why did I do it wrong? Could I have done it differently? Just say, oh, I see it now. That's cool. That's a sign of my growth, that I can see it from this different perspective. And I'm so pleased and grateful for having that awareness. And I'm going to move back to what I was focusing on. The same thing with like over monitoring the nets that you're fishing with. So if you've had any of those experiences, leave them in the comments. I'd love to hear about them. I've had several in the past few days, and they're a little bit freaky, but they're also fun because it's just randomly popping up for me in ways that feel really healing and not triggering. And that's really great. The other thing I wanted to say about transformation, because that word was a theme for our monthly energy forecast a few months back. And there was some art that I channeled related to this word. And this is the only art piece of mine that I have in my home. I have lots of art from other people, but this is one I have that I work with almost every day. I love this piece. It feels like one that you can really interact with. The frequencies there help calibrate you. So I'm going to put an image of it here right now. And then I'll drop a link in the description box below if you want to get your own copy on paper or canvas or metal or whatever works for you. I'll put that link there. It's just a piece that I really love. And the other thing I want to mention is if you want to come interact with me live online in a Zoom class, I have Sacred Alchemy of the Soul coming up in May, and I still have some spots open for enrollment. So I'll put that link below as well if you want to check that out, see if it's a good fit for you. I'd love to see you and connect. Thanks for spending a little time here today. I hope that you found it helpful. Let me know how things are going out in the world for you, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.